There's a song by John Denver, and it goes, lost and alone on some forgotten highway, traveled by many, remembered by few. We don't want you to be lost and alone on some forgotten highway.
Thank you. I was just looking at Renee's face, and that's all I could. If you could, see you.
Good morning. 7:47. Oh, it's time for a plane. And speaking of planes, let's go to Bradley.
All right, let's do it.
What a transition that was. That was
Wow.
unbelievable. It was pretty. Thank you. Windsor locks. The snow is kind of wound down, but you know what? There's a little bit more precipitation out there. It's getting ready to move back in, Jill, right?
Oh, yes, it is developing, filling in on early warning pinpoint Doppler. Look at that. Over the last, this is 30 minutes it's looping through. So things are drastically starting to change again across Hartford County. And then you get that sharp gradient. You go a couple miles in one direction and it goes from one precipitation type to the other. So Waterbury, it could be all snow. You go to Meriden, it's all rain.
It's pretty incredible. What a difficult forecast this was. Let's take a look at some of the rain that's coming down in parts of southeast and northeast Connecticut. Brooklyn down 395. Plain old rain. Canterbury, Griswold, Lisbon, Taffville. Plain old rain there, and a little bit of moderate snow. We just got a nice video from Jeff in Staffordville. He sent me pictures of the snow that's flying around there.
Pouring for a minute, and then you go a little bit to the west and you get a break in the action. I mean, I think things will start to fill in as we continue through the day, and we're starting to see that process happening, especially to the north and west of Hartford. It's starting to fill in. But there's a sharp gradient, but we are expecting some road issues to probably develop across that advisory area, especially later today when things start to switch over to all snow.
Winter storm warning in effect for Litchfield, Tolland, Wyndham. Winter weather advisory in effect for northern Fairfield, New Haven, and Hartford counties. So keep that in mind. That's through very early tomorrow morning. If it does drop a little bit sooner, we will certainly keep you posted. But in the meantime, plan accordingly. Timeline, of course, the storm is ramping up. It's out there right now. We're done by daybreak tomorrow. Heavy wet snow, northwest, northeast hills, statewide wind gusts. Those winds, Jill.
They're going to pick up. They're not too bad in some areas right now, but we still have the winds to increase gradually with this storm through tomorrow. And then you combine that with 16 plus inches of snow. We're already seeing those power outages rapidly climbing. Renee brought that to our attention.
6,500 power outages now reported in the state. So that's up from 2,000 from when Rogers just was on the air about 10-15 minutes ago. Visibility not good. 3/4 of a mile in Chester, 1.5 miles in Waterbury, 2.5 in Danbury. 1 at Bradley. I mean, you got snow on the ground. The snow is filling back in, and you got a 1 mile of visibility. Not good. And there's the area of low pressure, Jill.
And it's going to be kind of absorbed by this upper level system, and not to get all technical, but basically it doesn't know where to go, so it kind of does a loop at first, and then finally it's like, oh, okay, maybe I'll go in this direction now. But I mean, it's going to be lingering and keeping those winds up around here. While the snow may taper off through tomorrow morning, the winds aren't.
All right, so we have that wind advisory in effect for southern Fairfield, southern New Haven, all of Middlesex, and all of New London counties for winds that are expected to gust 40 to possibly even 50 miles an hour. There's a 30, there's a 29 for you in Willimantic, Groton, and again, that advisory doesn't even go into effect until later today through tonight.
So things are only going to get worse before they get better in some areas.
Storm impact, poor visibility, slick roads, 40 plus, 50 plus mile an hour wind gusts, power outages. Again, we're up to 6,500. Be careful out there. This is for the shoreline. Not as impactful, but still, we're expecting those winds to gust there where the wind advisory is in effect. Temperatures out there right now, mid to upper 30s, low 30s for northwest Connecticut. Certainly Bradley, cold enough to support some snow. And as we take you to your 7-day forecast, gradual improvement by late tonight through tomorrow, a couple of snow showers, and then partly sunny, and then much better for Thursday and Friday. Renee.